All right, we'll call order the special village board meeting at the Lisbon Village Hall on Wednesday, January 17th, 2024 at 6:15 PM. Roll call, please.
President Osterman
Here.
and trustee Moonen,
Here.
trustee Plotecker. Here. Trustee Quinn.
Here.
Administrator Nicholas is present on Zoom and clerk Capazzo Catch to record the minutes. Trustee Beal is absent and excused.
Stand for pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, item 3 is comments from citizens present. We have one citizen present. Does he wish to make any comments?
No, sir.
All right,
No one present on Zoom.
thank you. Item 4 is the administrator report. That's just a. We're not actually doing the administrator report, are we?
We don't have to.
No administrator report.
Excellent, thank you. Good report. Item 5, unfinished business. A, discussion necessary action regarding DPW director job description. So we have it in the packet.
I've placed the updated job description in the packet.
Any thoughts, comments? Anything for you, Paula?
No, thank you, Joe.
Becky,
No, I don't have anything.
Mark?
Oh, I guess the only thing I thought of was, technically we could get somebody with a 2-year degree that has no work experience, the way we changed the requirement of work last time. I know we solidified the latter part of it that we were all expecting, but I guess the way I read it too is that somebody with an associate degree could just not have any work experience, which I know it's a minimum qualification, but I just wanted to point that out, not asking for it to be changed, but if anybody else had any thoughts on that?
You can apply, I guess, but it's
Yeah.
a matter of.
Well, I think experience is necessary for this position, no matter how you look at it.
You think it is?
Yeah.
Why? And that's the only reason I point out the fact that we can be getting somebody that has 0 experience, but has a 2-year degree. So,
I think I don't know, I think I would put minimum of, 2 years worth experience as well.
So you think it should be changed from or to and?
I think so,
Well-
because what would be the likelihood that you would take a candidate that has no experience?
Wouldn't.
Yeah,
I agree.
Why even,
right, because I guess what I'm saying is the door for that right now, the way it's written,
yeah,
no experience and has a 2-year degree, they're in our candidate pool.
yeah, so I would personally, I would not, consider hiring somebody like that without experience. So I think it should be and instead of or.
Okay, I can make that change if everyone agrees.
I mean,
Yeah, I
Becky,
agree.
I'm me.
okay, all right.
Then I was fine with the other changes in the beginning.
Yeah. Seems like. Over the scope of what we're looking for, in my opinion.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the DPW director job description as presented with the change under the
Requirements of work.
requirements of work section to change from or to and in the first part of the first sentence of it.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Paula. Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 4-0. B, discussion and necessary action regarding DPW director recruitment process. So we have. Did you have anything in this one, Kathy? Hello? I think you're on mute, Kathy.
I'm not doing that.
Shoot her a text.
I guess I can fill in some of the questions. There was a cost proposal sent out today for the virtual recruitment, which is I guess the third one to the right. It was a service fee of $9,500, sorry, a recruitment fee of $9,500, and then the advertising there would be an additional $2,000. Advertising costs over $2,000 will be placed only with client approval. If less than $2,000, clients billed only for actual costs. So the one on the right would be 11,500. Moving down to that, I guess that'd be the fourth one. There's a professional outreach and recruitment option. That was a $4,500 plus a $2,000 advertising, so a 6,500.
Excuse me, I don't think I have the same thing you do.
Look at the last page of the packet.
Here?
Yep.
Four.
Yep, so
We
yeah,
also have a supplemental.
Oh, okay, sorry. Gotcha.
I was just, Kathy, do we got you or you want me to keep going?
It was on for a second.
What page is it?
I don't think I do have it.
I was operating under the agenda
Oh, that
packet.
thing. Sorry, okay, looking at the wrong thing.
The recruitment proposal is the separate packet.
Gotcha. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay. We're with you. Sorry.
We call her on the phone.
Yeah.
She respond.
No.
Please leave.
This is weird. Oh, Kathy,
Hi, I'm sorry, I'm still walking outside. Just trying to get him in the car. But just give me I got another few minutes here. All right. All right, I'm back. I didn't
Did,
hear any of your questions, so I apologize.
yeah, I was filling in a little bit. I said I kind of gave a highlight of two options, the virtual recruitment option, which was $9,500 plus $2,000 in advertising. And then I
Right.
gave the professional outreach of $4,500 plus $2,000 advertising or actual costs. And I'm guessing the executive recruitment full scope and limited scope were not quoted.
They were not quoted because they were 25,000 and 22,000, and I felt that we weren't willing to put up with that kind of that much money on the director's position.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
good call.
So the flyer that I put in the packet had a small bullet point. And the reason I had them do the proposals was because it gave you much more definition of what they do. Essentially, my understanding from my conversation is that the main difference between the 9,500 and the 4,500 was the 4,500 stops at the candidate package. They don't do any background checks or any of that work, and they don't set up any interviews or do the matrix. That would be something that would be, if you decided to go in that direction, that would be something that I would be responsible for doing.
That's something that could fit into your work schedule. Do you have experience with that? Do you know, is that something you could handle without killing yourself?
Yeah, I could handle it. I just would have to bounce a few other things around. I've got a lot on my plate right now trying to get the all the codes taken care of, but you know, if we wanted to go with if you wanted to go with the 4,500, that gets me started to the point, you know, it gets us the marketing, gets us on their site, which I think is very helpful. Much more than I can do in Indeed.
Yeah. It's what everybody's feeling on it. It's a $5,000 difference between the two, essentially, if you're figuring the advertising.
Yeah. Is it something you feel comfortable with, Kathy?
I could do it. How comfortable I am with it, maybe not as much as I'd like to be, but I would do it. If you decide you want to go in that direction, I would follow your lead. And I can interview. I have no problems interviewing, but I would think that you guys would want to do the final interviews anyways.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right. So doing the matrix, I don't have a problem with, going through the questions with them. I don't have a problem with any of that. Like I said, the interviews would be done by you, and then the background check isn't going to be a problem because I can go through the process that we do right now, even when we hire you know, like when you hired me, or we just went through the sheriff's office doing the background check. Just a more simplistic one than the one you did for me.
I guess the only thing I saw that was different on the back end, I can see those last two bullet points under virtual recruitment and the last one under professional outreach are different, but it looks like in the virtual one, they actually give you the applications, and in the professional outreach, they only give you the resume. So I was kind of wondering why we wouldn't get their application.
It's just
Yeah, that
Cause I mean, a resume is
That
one
doesn't-
on a person. I guess I'd like to have their application. I don't see that they would withhold it from us, but that's also something we would agree to.
right. But I think we could probably negotiate that in there and get them to understand that we want, you know, their application as well. I don't know if it's their application that they personally make, or if it's just the application that's, they do an, application for
Yeah.
this specific position.
I guess I think I might have read and answered my own question, because it says under phase 2 of the professional outreach, in the long packet, it says on page 8, all candidate documents will be sent to the client, which will be us, within 3 business days of the application deadline. So
So it's coming to us.
I'm confident that my question was just answered.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was also thinking too, I mean, we have staff that can also be consulted on some of these applications when we get to the top tier. Not that they're part of the selection process, but they can be a consultant within our own house.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards the professional outreach.
What are you thinking, Becky?
I'm thinking we should go with the virtual recruitment. I think if we go with the other one, we're putting too much on Kathy's plate.
I don't know the right answer. Cause I've never used them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what, I mean, I'd hate to do the professional outreach and then find out halfway through, we should have done the virtual one and we're screwed and we're out of time, but it's a lot of money.
Well, we're gonna be doing another bigger one at the end of the year too. Right, for Kathy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Right. So
What?
just a question on those two, cause I'm driving, so I don't have the document in front of me. I thought the one that, the $4,500 one did not have a guarantee at all, but the other one did have a guarantee. So then if we hired somebody and then in 12 months, that person doesn't work out within 12 months, that we only have to pay the advertising costs, and they go through the whole process for us again. Whereas there's no guarantee on, what we get on the other one, but you'd have to look at the bullet points, because that was a conversation and she might have been talking about the next step up, versus these first two, the virtual. But I thought one of them had a 12-month guarantee.
I'm not seeing that mentioned here.
Okay, well, it must have been on the $22,000 ones.
Yeah.
That's where the guarantee came in.
That sounds like more like a $22,000 perk.
Yeah, that could be. So,
What do you think, Mark?
I mean, I do value Becky's point under the virtual recruitment. I think the only thing I'll give you one more crack at it. I know you're usually the person that says you can do it and you're gonna do it no matter what you got, but I guess I don't want to overburden you by this process, because I know that you're gonna have another process as well to help in, so I guess I don't want to put too much on your plate. I know you're gonna put it on your plate and do well with it, but we also got to be realistic not to overtax you as well.
well, if you're open to going with the virtual, then I would go with the virtual. I know I have a lot on my plate, but like you said, I'm always willing to work more and work harder to get the job done. It's just that if you're willing to take that off my plate, that would be helpful. Or not place it on my plate, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the professional outreach group, and Becky has convinced me that virtual recruitment is probably where we need to be. And I think you might have just said it might be a good driver for what our next recruitment for this agency looks for.
Yeah, my biggest thing is I just don't want to do the one and find out we should have done the other one because we're out of time.
Yeah, because and it doesn't sound like I don't think there's a conversion at any point.
No, once you do the one, you're kind of in that one, I'm assuming. Well, we've never used anything for DPW before. We've always just done it internally, but we've also grown a lot since then.
Sure, and
And the,
Right.
combined both departments in that time.
I would rather keep Kathy going on the code rewrite, because that needs to be done this.
Yeah.
Before she's gone, so. No pressure.
Yeah, I would, I guess if we're looking for action, I'll take, the DPW director recruitment process and go with the virtual recruitment option of $9,500 plus up to $2,000 additional for advertising awarded to GovHR.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I,
I,
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, new business day, discussion necessary action regarding wage adjustments to align with compensation study recommendations.
So in your packet, I have
Black
put
and
in a
blue.
spreadsheet. And my spreadsheet came up with different amounts than what we spoke about at the last meeting. So I wanted to bring it back and kind of show you what it came out to be.
So the difference was the 3% added to the baseline on the proposed.
Right, so all the scales went up, went up 3%. And that's what the difference was. So I used what was proposed in the final document that she presented at the last meeting, those same numbers. And then took what our staff currently is making, and then this was the 21,000 is what I came up with.
I guess discussion on this, Becky?
Is where it says proposed. Is that what their salary would be when we add this shortage in?
If you add the shortage in, they will be at the minimum of their bracket.
But it's not an additional, like for Scott, it's not an additional $5,000 added.
Additional what?
To,
no. It's to the 66.
No.
okay,
they're here now. This is what they go to.
Right, so,
and what is this number then? Oh, this is the 50%.
so the proposed salary range is what came off the compensation study when they got put into the different classification numbers. And then,
Correct.
Okay, I was mistaken. I've got it now.
Yeah,
So
so the increase is just get them into their bracket, into their salary range.
Okay,
It would put them at, if anyone was below the minimum, this would bring them up to the minimum.
correct,
So
correct, yeah.
Correct.
the one that we very briefly touched on, but, or right, Kathy and I touched on, I should say. Her and I talked about her salary. And I said to her that I believe that, in my opinion, we should be raising her to the minimum salary. I know we have a contract, and I realize. But she's at, our proposed salary range would literally be, she'd be lower than that. She'd be the only employee that we're not gonna move up. And I don't feel comfortable with that. I know we'd have to open up her contract to do that. But I personally feel that if we're gonna move everybody up, I think we should move her up as well.
I think that's fair.
a good insight.
So I would like to, I don't know if we can do that on this, or we'd have to do that on a separate deal to open up her contract, though.
Yeah, I think we would have to.
I thought we would bring it back for February.
Well, we could put on February, we could put in a item for an amendment to your current contract.
We can do that.
I mean,
Okay. All right, I would ask then also, so if we're not doing Kathy, we also would ask that we vote on these separately as far as the treasurer would be a separate one on this. So how does everybody feel with the numbers right now? Everybody's, do you feel good bringing them up to this amount after looking at it?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I feel it is in line. I think it's the first step of a few that we need to take. But at least it gets everybody starting on the same playing field based off of what the recommendation was to classify them by whatever number they were in.
Mhm.
So. Yes,
so we'd be looking for a motion then to bring up. I don't die first.
you want me to do it minus the treasurer?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 7 numbers in red on the right side of this column to approve the increases as listed, minus the position of treasurer. And I guess the total is what it will be, but I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, seconded. Thank you. So we'd be bringing up all the salary ranges, to the proposed minimum salary. It'd be raising Scott Appleby by $5,857.21. Nick would be going up. It's Nick, right? No, Monica would be increasing 183.54. Lisa would be going up 2,556.41. Jeff and George would be going up 183.54, and Jasmine would have an increase of 4,157.08.
Mhm.
Correct.
Everybody's in the understanding?
Yep.
All right, motion's made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 4-0.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer position to increase salary of $8,322.86.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Paul, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Joe, you're abstaining on that. yeah?
Yes. All right, that brings up item 7, which is adjournment.
I'm when we adjourn.
Moved by Becky,
Second.
second by Paula. No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, we're out at 6:43. Thank you. Good
Thanks,
luck,
guys. Thank you. Thanks.